Everyone, Sadhi this side. Today's topic is placental functions. It can be asked in your 3 mark question, 5 mark question. Besides, it also helps in building our clinical knowledge. Let us begin. So, have you ever wondered how a fetus respires, grows, and is protected inside the maternal womb? The answer is simple, it is bioplacenta. So, placenta is a temporary fetal-maternal organ. It performs functions such as growth, protection, and also helps in maintenance of the pregnancy. How? So, from the maternal blood to the fetal blood, it transports certain substrates to and fro, either from the maternal blood to the fetal blood or vice versa, and helps in or perform functions such as nutrition, respiration, excretion, protective function, and besides all, it also secretes certain hormones and thus acts as endocrine organ too. Nutritive function. Placenta from the maternal blood to the fetal blood carries certain substrates such as glucose, fatty acids, or amino acids. Glucose is carried out through facilitated diffusion and helped by GLUT receptors, that is GLUT 1, 2, 3, etc. Fatty acids from the maternal blood. Triglycerides are broken down to fatty acids and then they are carried to the fetal blood, and fetus utilize fatty acids for its energy source and also as a substrate for cholesterol synthesis. Amino acids, they are utilized by fetus for its growth, and placental protein production during the first trimester is about 1.5 gram per day, and during the third trimester it is about 7.5 gram per day. Rest of the functions include respiratory function, excretory function, immunological or protective function, and endocrine function. The fetus gets its oxygen and removes its carbon dioxide with the help of placenta. How? From the maternal blood to the fetal blood, placenta carries oxygen and it carries carbon dioxide from the fetal blood to the maternal blood. Excretory function. From the fetal blood to the maternal blood, the placenta removes or takes off lactate, urea, etc. waste products and thus performs excretory functions. From the maternal blood to the fetal blood, the placenta carries IgM antibodies and performs protective or immunological function. And the placenta secretes certain hormones. They can be steroid or peptide hormones. Steroid hormones such as estrogen, progesterone, corticosteroid. Peptide hormones such as HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, human placental lactogen, choriotropic releasing hormone, insulin-like growth factor, vascular endothelial-like growth factor, and placental growth factor, etc. If the question is functions of placenta, if you write this much, it's good and sufficient. But to understand further concept, let us see each of the placental hormones in detail. Let us begin with HCG. HCG site of production is your syncytial trophoblast, and it is morphologically similar to LH, FSH, or TSH. And it is functionally similar to LH. It is very important. Why? Because of its applied aspect. In order to trigger ovulation in IVF, we give HCG because it is functionally similar to LH. But remember that HCG acts via LH receptors only. Okay, let us see what all we read. Main site of production syncytial trophoblast, morphologically similar to LH, FSH, TSH, functionally similar to LH, and that is why in order to trigger ovulation during the IVF we give HCG. But remember that HCG acts only via LH receptors, and HCG secretion, it begins in pre-implantation embryo. It is important to remember. And then the most sensitive test to detect HCG is your serum quantitative test because it detects even a minute amount such as 1.1 to 2 international unit per ml. Urine pregnancy test. It is a double sandwich ELISA test. It is important viva question. And next, as pregnancy advances, the levels of HCG increases between 33 to 65%. It is very essential for you to remember this, that it increases between 33 to 65%. Why? Let us see in the next. So there are three possibilities that HCG may rise normally between 33 to 35% or may rise but less than 33% or may not rise at all, may decrease. So what is your inference? If the HCG level increase normally, then it means that the fetus is viable or viable intrauterine pregnancy. Okay. If the HCG levels increases less than 33%, then it is suggestive of ectopic pregnancy. But if instead of increasing the levels are decreasing, then it means that either it is not viable at all, or it is dying. Okay, dying intrauterine pregnancy. Remember that serum HCG testing is relevant only in first trimester. That's all. For further placental hormones, watch the next video. Bye.